Hi all, this is Vivek from Informatica Global Support Team and welcome to the session of RunAJob CLI utility. RunAJob CLI utility is a command line tool which is used to trigger IACS task. This internally uses the REST API in order to execute the IACS task and monitor. You can use different kind of task to trigger from RunAJob CLI utility like mapping task, synchronization task, replication task, etc. So today we will review the pre-requirement, set up the utility and run a test job using this utility. So first you need to log into your Informatica UI. You need to go to the licenses. You need to scroll down. Under the custom licenses, you need to check for your RunAJob CLI license. So you need to check for this RunAJob CLI package. Here you can validate the start date and expiration date for your license. If this license is available, you can check in your agent machine. Inside the info agent root directory, inside the downloads folder, you will see this package with the latest version available. The second requirement is your host machine should have Java version 1.8 or above. To validate the version, you can use this command java-version. Now let's do the setup. I am in my info agent root directory. This is my secure agent files. Now I will go to apps folder. Inside apps folder, I need to check for RunAJob CLI folder. This folder will contain all the files related to RunAJob CLI package, like RunAJob CLI jar, CLI files for running the scripts, REST-env file for setting up the environment properties, log4j file. For the first time setup, you will see REST-env underscore default dot properties file. So you need to create REST-env dot properties file. You need to remove underscore default from the name. REST-env.properties file will be recognized by secure agent package. Similarly, you can make a change for log4j2.properties file. Also, you can make change for the set CLI where.sh file. Now we will see what's inside the REST-env.properties file. So here you need to modify the base URL. You can update this URL based on the pod. For EMEA pod, it will be different. Then you need to provide your username, your password, org ID, and some of the additional properties which you can make use of. So first we will encrypt the password and then use in our REST-env file. To create an encrypted password, first you need to open this site CLI vers.sh file. You need to provide any dummy password for RunAJob key store. I am giving abc add 123. You can give any dummy password. Additionally, you can configure this optional fields for your RunAJob CLI operations. So I will save this file and close it. Now I will go to command prompt and I'll use the command /CLI .sh encrypt text -text and your password. So this is the format. So I'll provide my actual password. So you can ignore this error for now. And we can see our password key store file has been successfully created. And we will get our encrypted password here. Now we can use this password in our REST-env.properties file. So I'll copy this password from here. I will go back to my REST-env files and I'll provide the password in password field. Additionally, I'll complete the RunAJob CLI requirements, like I'll provide the username, You can provide your org ID here. And this is very important. You need to use .encryption and mark it as this flag is true. Once you're done, you can save the file and you can close it. So now as we are done with the setup, we will see the demo, how we run the job using this utility. So here we have the general syntax. First we need to use the CLI.sh script file, then we need to provide the argument RunAJob CLI, then -t. -t stands for task type, -n stands for task name, and -fp which stands for folder path. Today we will see how we run the data integration task. So for data integration task, we need to provide the task flow as a type and -un which is stands for unique name of that task flow. Additionally, you need to ensure for data integration task, you have to provide allowed user or allowed groups in the start section of the task flow. And here we have the syntax to run the data integration task. Now I am on my Informatica UI data integration page. So here let's validate. Here we have provided allowed user in the allowed user field. You can also provide the allowed groups and assign the user to same group. Then make sure your task flow has been published. If you will not publish the task flow, you will not able to see the SAS URL. As you can see, this is unpublished and we don't have any service URL or SOAP URL. So let's publish. Task flow has been published successfully. Now let's check again. And now we have the service URL and SOAP service URL. Now we can run this task flow using RunAJob CLI. Let's trigger the task flow using the command. So you can see it is running, the job status is running, and same we will validate from the ISS monitor. Let's go. And you can see in the running status, our job is running. And once it is completed, you will receive the same status on the command task. Still job status running. So our job has been succeeded in monitor. Let's validate the same from UI. Now you can see job status has been succeeded and returning code is 0. You can also validate the run ID of the job. From the monitor, we have the same run ID. Now we have run the job in info mode. We can also run the job in debug mode and trace mode using the RunAJob CLI utility. Let's see how we do that. Let's go to our RunAJob CLI folder and in the log4j.2 properties file, you need to modify this root logger level. So you can change it accordingly. You can change it to info, you can change it to debug, or you can change it to trace. Let's change it to trace and rerun the job. So you can see now we have better logging. Now we will be able to see REST API request and response captured. You can see another instance of job is running with the different run ID. Same you can validate here. Job has been succeeded. We can validate from here. Now to see the logs, you can go to same directory. Inside the logs folder, you will be able to see RunAJob CLI logs. In case of any issue, you can look out into these logs and reach out to Informatica Global Support team for further clarifications.